Hey guys, welcome to week one, day one of the bench school. This is the new beginning. All right, we're going to talk about what we're trying to do here with the program. Right off the bat, 3-count pauses. A lot of you, that might be a big change. Used to that touch and go benching. Well, now we're going to slow things down. We're really going to develop that strength off the chest. And you're going to find, even in a short period of time, that is going to pay dividends for your bench pressing. Having that strength in the bottom range, usually where you're weakest. If you have a meet coming up, you plan on doing a meet soon, that's going to pay off hugely, because what do you have to do with a meet? You have to pause that bar. If you're used to doing it for 3 seconds, 1 second, not a big deal. So right off the bat, 3-count pauses. You're going to notice we have RPE programmed into this bench school as well. Why I have the RPE and not a percentage based off your 1 rep is because I want you to become a more intuitive lifter. I want you to know when I should back it down, when I should push forth, when to add, when to subtract. All right, I want you to get a good feel for what you can do on any given day. You might not feel that great one day. Well, guess what? Instead of trying to push a certain percentage, we can back down on weight. We're still going to get our desired workload during that day. All right, we're still working off RPE 7 this day 1. That's what we're trying to hit. So for RPE 7, about 2 reps left in the tank. You could also relate that to somewhere in the 70% range if you do want to try to go off a 1 rep max percentage. But the big thing, I want you to feel comfortable dropping weight if you're not on that day. I want you to become a more intuitive lifter. That is going to be huge for you going forward in your training. The other thing you'll see, the secondary work, close grip board press. One of my favorites, guys. Going to build up the triceps real good. All right. We're going to put a 2 board or a 3 board. Does not have to be 2. We're going to get that board set. So you can see when I'm coming down close grip, elbow flexion stops at a certain point. Right here for me. The rest, you're just stretching into the chest. We're going to isolate those triceps. You're going to put a board, could be a 3 right there. Stop that elbow flexion right where you're going to start tapping into your chest. And boom, we're just repping off the board. All isolation on the triceps. If you do not have a board, perfectly all right to substitute going full range. All right. If you're interested in ordering up some bench blocks, you can use our code bigbenchas10 on the Bench Blocks website. Great tool to have. So without further ado, let's get into the technique behind this day 1. We're going to learn benching from the ground up, starting with the setup, the first phase to the bench. What we're going to do first, we're going to break it down to 3 different pieces here. Very easy to learn, and you're going to build upon it as the week goes on. Step 1, pinch and tuck. First thing, we're just going to get our shoulders into a good position. So first part we're working on here is just a good pinch and tuck. So I'm just going to squeeze my shoulder blades together and prop my chest up. All right, very simple. I can use whatever I want to leverage. All I want to do is get into a good position. So I want to take myself out of this flat back position. My shoulders are loose, and I want to jam everything behind me, get my shoulders under me, and my chest lifted. So I'm in more of this position. Everything shoulders under, chest up high. From here, that's step 1. From here, I'm going to use my feet now as a tool to help set my shoulders further underneath me. So you can see my feet are on the bench. I can push up here. Right, I'm going to push back on the bench, reaching my belly to the bench. My neck is getting stretched out, and you can see my shoulders sticking to the pad, folding underneath me even more. All right, pushing back, that's step 2. Use your feet as a tool. Step 3, set your feet to the floor while keeping tension back. You notice if I don't push back, I flatten out. I need to be keeping tension back. I set my feet where I would like to have them, right? And I keep that push back. That's step 3, keeping that push back to help set that position you work so hard for. Okay, so to recap quick, initial pinch and tuck. Get your shoulders in a good position. Step 2, use your feet as a tool. Allow them to help set your position even further. Push back, let your neck stretch out, everything fold underneath you. Step 3, we're going to get our feet set to the floor while keeping a push back. All right, we got to keep that leg drive back. to help keep us onto our upper traps. 3-step process, guys. That's week 1, day 1. Any questions, feel free to reach out. Talk to you guys soon.